Greetings. TMOTOFGA back again for another drive time. I'm surprised at myself. I've been doing one almost every other day. Well. As always, if you can like it, you can share it. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Never take the light of truth and place it under a basket. Let it shine bright for all the world to see. So I'm going to cover a few things in this video, and honestly, but first and foremost, the title said Walker or Warnock. Now, I just heard a pundit speaking about why you should vote for Walker. Nothing but lies as to why you should vote for Walker. I'm going to tell you the truth about why you should vote for Walker. But let me deal with the lies that this pundit just said. You should vote for Walker because they're going to balance the budget. Bullshit. They can't balance the budget because of our monetary system, and he knows that. Vote for Walker because they're going to address crime. Again, bullshit. There ain't nothing they're going to do about crime because that is dealt with at the local level. That is something that sheriffs, mayors, and governors need to focus on. It's a state's issue. What can the federal government do? Give us another war on drugs? Is that what you want? That brought about the warehousing of Negroes back in the 80s. Joe Biden's crime bill of 94. You want more of that? Hell no, you don't. So again, another lie. So they aren't going to balance the budget if we get Walker. They aren't going to deal with crime if we get Walker. None of that. But they will be able to stall Joe Biden's agenda. But understand this, they will continue to spend. That is not going to change because of the monetary system that we have. Do you understand what I have just told you so far? All right? Those are the lies. Let me tell you the reason why you should vote for Walker. Walker will stop the progression of Joe Biden's agenda for sodomitism and transgenderism. And if you don't know what that is, go and look it up. If you don't know what a sodomite is, look up the word pillow biter. If you don't understand transgenderism, then ask some parent about what they're talking about in schools with telling kids that they can change their genders. That's what that's all about. There is a bill waiting in the wings for Joe Biden to sign, and if they get the Senate, well, they've lost the House, so it'll probably be dead anyway. But who knows what else will come? The hope is that Joe Biden remains a lame duck for the remaining of his term, but still they will do nefarious things. But the more important reason why you should vote for Walker is Walker supports family. Walker is not going to support abortion, and Walker is not going to support the agenda of sodomites or transgenderism. That's the reason. And if you don't understand why family is more important than anything, and that is what government has been engaged in trying to destroy for the last 40 years, then I don't know what else to tell you. Why you shouldn't vote for Warnock? You shouldn't vote for Warnock because Warnock is a liar. The man said, a preacher now who says you can be saved by just doing good deeds. In other words, that scripture about no man comes unto me, no man comes unto the Father except through me, that makes that utter nonsense. That makes Jesus Christ a liar. You aren't going to get saved without Christ. You aren't going to heaven without Christ. But Warnock is telling you just be a good person and you can get to heaven. I actually sent that to my pastor and I asked him, can you explain this? All he replied back with was no. And you want to know why? Because he supports Warnock. And I'm going to tell you, by extension, when you support a particular person that supports bullshit, then that means by extension you support that bullshit. I'm just calling it like it is. Now, I was talking to this this lady who was on her way to the polls, and I asked her, well, who are you going to vote for today? Well, I don't know. So her being black, naturally I assumed that she was a Democrat. So I sent her a text message to look at. I said, you see that? Is that what you agree with? Well, you don't know what I agree with, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we got into a heated debate. And what ended up coming out of it was she showed me a text that her pastor sent saying, today is the day to go vote. Get out and vote for Walker. Get out and vote for Walker. And I told her, I said, you are blessed. You have a black pastor that understands that if Warnock is a preacher of the gospel, Jeffrey Dahmer was a chef. He's telling his congregants to get out and go vote for Warnock. My pastor, I don't know, but I've heard him speak against Walker, which must mean he supports Warnock. So, yeah, that's a hard one for me. All right, gas prices. I just paid $2.75 for a gallon of gas. That is not going to last. They didn't want people to go to the polls and be pissed off about what they're paying for gas and get to thinking whether or not they should vote for the Democrats. Why are the gas prices so low? And I posted about it. Joe Biden has drained the strategic reserves. He flooded the market. And now they are putting out the story, the White House, that Joe Biden has saved the global economy by going into our strategic reserves. That's utter bullshit. All Joe Biden had to do was leave in place the energy independent policies of Donald Trump. But he didn't, because he went in to undo everything that Donald Trump has done, and because Joe Biden's agenda is all about getting rid of gasoline engines, forcing people to move towards electrical vehicles and their green energy nonsense. That's what that's all about. And many of you don't see it. And watch for these gas prices to go back up in January. And then people will be saying, I'm paying $4, I'm paying $5, I'm paying $6, I'm paying $7, I'm paying $8 a gallon of gas. That's right. It's coming. Because Joe Biden is not allowing for the drilling here in this country, which is something that Trump did. Trump was all about energy independence. Trump dealt with trade. He told China, the U.S. is not going to be your bitch anymore. That's right. That's one of the things that he did. He made Mexico stand up. He said, look, you keep letting them come into our country, then we're going to do something to alter that course to motivate you to stop those people from crossing our border, because you can do it. You can do it. And for those that cannot connect the dots between Joe Biden's energy policies to the gas pump and what you're paying for at the grocery store for food, inflation, you are a complete and utter moron. It is tied directly to your vote for segregation Jim Crow Joe. Now, what I am waiting on, and then I'm going to be done, I am waiting to see what the Republican rhinos are going to do. Hang on for a minute, and I'm going to stop that. I am waiting to see what the rhinos, I don't know why I was redundant there a moment ago. I said Republican rhinos. Well, I guess I could be saying the party of Republicans that is full of a bunch of rhinos like McCarthy. His constitutional voting record is 67, I believe. He's right there with McConnell, whose constitutional voting record is 70. And I may have flipped the numbers, but that's where they are, 67 and 70, a matching pair. And everybody is talking about McCarthy ought to be it. Now, somebody posted on my wall, I can't verify it, but they said that he was a sodomite. I don't know. But if he is a sodomite, do you trust a sodomite for standing up for American families to prevent sodomite, transvestites, what do they call it? That thing that they do with the library where they go and have children come sit in their lap and tell them stories, story times with a transvestite or whatever. Man, I don't damn know. They got so many trans terms now, I can't even keep up. But would you trust him to stand up to keep them from trying to indoctrinate our children? I know I wouldn't. I'm just keeping it real. So I am waiting to see what the rhinos are going to do. Now, I have already told you, spending will not stop. They will still be making those backroom deals based on McCarthy, even if he does get the Speaker of the House position. They will still make backroom deals to screw you over. But most of Joe Biden's agenda should be stopped. He should be made a lame duck. In other words, not getting a damn thing done. And in the meantime, what you're going to see are a whole bunch of investigations from the Republicans. There will be no prosecutions. No one will go to jail, because when they refer it to the Department of Justice or the FBI, they aren't going to do a damn thing, because they are beholden to Joe Biden. That you can mark in your books. And then when it comes time to go and vote, they will be begging you, give us the White House so that we can make a difference, especially if they've got the House and especially if they've got the Senate, provided Herschel Walker wins down here in Georgia. That is the plan. That's the game plan. That's how it's going to go down. Mark this video, save it, because when it happens, I want you to be able to go back and say, yeah, T-Mont told us. T-Mont told us. Now, what to watch for with Donald Trump, whom I plan to vote for, but what to watch for is here who he chooses for a VP. If it's a rhino, trust me, I'm going to have some serious concerns and second thoughts. I most certainly am, because I am sick of people endorsing rhinos. Oh, one last note, and I'm going to shut up. Donald Trump said he would endorse McCarthy. That's troublesome for me. And I know other people are going to say, trust the plan. Bullshit. I'm not trusting some non-existent plan. But Kevin McCarthy would not say if he would endorse Trump when asked. And there you go, people. That is it. T-Mont Drive Time. Till next time. Peace. Get out and vote for Herschel Walker. Don't vote for Raphael Warnock. The man is not a man of God. And anyone who presents themselves as a man of God and tells you that you can be saved by good works, in other words, excluding Jesus Christ in the process, that ain't a man of God. T-Mont out. Drive Time till next time. Hey, look, if you listen to this video, share it. Share it. Don't be afraid. Tell somebody. You better tell somebody. All right, T-Mont out. Drive Time till next time.